When I pass through death, as I enter rest, I depend on you. I depend on you for eternal life. To be raised with Christ. Oh, I depend on you. Yes, I
All right, this is Abide in the key of D. This is by the Worship Initiative. Hard time seeing that on my chart there. This is by the Worship Initiative. This is a beautiful praise and worship song. This is in the key of D. I think the original might be in B, but it works out really good in the key of D on the guitar. So if you were doing it in B, you would just transpose down, or you possibly use a capo. So here's our parts. You definitely want some delay. Definitely want some delay, a lot of reverb in there. The guitar really could stay out until the second chorus, but if you want to add some parts here, there's a little something going on with this D note, kind of in between on this vamp, this intro, and then catch that E note. Some of that going on with the delay. It sounds good. It's just in a pocket there on the timing. Okay, and so really not much going on guitar in verse 1. You could do some swells, or you could do that little part. You could do that, and then verse 2, same thing. Then in chorus 1, just doing a strum for what we're going to be picking here in a minute. So a strum will be like a D2, be like a D without the open string, with the open string. So you're not playing that F sharp, you're playing the open E. And then play it again, and then a G, basically a G shape, which is just the top 3 strings. It's actually E minor chord, but it's like a G shape on the top 3 strings. And then like a D shape for the B minor, be like a B minor 7. Back to the G shape, and then we're going to an A. You can either play your A chord there, or you can just play these 2 notes up here. And then there's a little turnaround here. So if you want to do that, that's right there. And then we get into verse 3. So verse 3, I'm doing a hybrid pick here, so pick with a couple, whichever finger you're more comfortable with. I'm using the middle finger there. So that is a D octave. And then catch your thumb here on this A and play this C sharp. And then catch your middle finger on this B and play this D. Slide down to this G right here and use your pinky to play that B, and then finish on that A. Okay, and then we're starting this kind of chunking this note, this D note here, and then playing this little pattern. It's almost like the I depend on you, but sort of in a harmony. I depend on you. But on the U, we go to the C sharp. So it's gonna go. Back to a B. And then on this part, we come up here to the 9th fret and catch this F sharp, B, A, D, and then that same pattern, just an octave higher. Okay, ending on that A. And then here's a kind of a bigger chorus here. You're hitting this open D string and kind of making a D shape, sort of a D shape here, but you're playing that open E string. And then that G, D shape. Open A, and then slide up to that A. That's gonna go. We're out on that verse 5, and on verse 6, come in with this. This is a D. So you're just catching that E, F sharp, and then drop down, catch the C sharp and E. And then your B minor. That's a B and an A and a D. And then this little climb here, this is a G. Making a G chord. Make sure you hit that open D. And then you're playing the same chorus except an octave higher. Of course, I wouldn't play the open G note right there. Just concentrate on the top string. Then it does that again, and then we get into the solo. So I'm adding like a flanger or a phase shifter, some type of effect there, and also a little more gain, a little more distortion. So that lead guitar part at the end starts out with an A and slides down to an E. And you can slide off of that and let the delay take it. And then we're going F sharp, C sharp. This winds up on an A and then a B, D, A, B. Slide off on that, take a little pause, and then slide from A to B. Catch that G, and then this trill, and then wind up on a D. So that ending is and that is Abide by the Worship Initiative. That's in the key of D. So, hey, thanks for watching. God bless you.